Hello, it really is my pleasure today to introduce to all of you a very special artist, Sunanda Sahai. Sunanda Sahai is actually an Acton resident and has been painting in a traditional art form of Bihar, popularly known as Mithila or Madhubani art, for over last 20 years. She has held so many exhibitions in reputed museums around the town, like the MFA, the PEM, and has held workshops at educational institutions like Harvard University and Wellesley College. She has also exhibited at several other community places. She has learned and has been practicing even other art forms like Indian folk, the tribal art forms like Kalamkari, Varli, Patchitra, etc. In addition, she is also the board member of Acton Historical Society. She has served as the former chair of Acton Boxborough Cultural Council and volunteered at so many different events. She is a recipient of several grants and awards from the state, and it really is an honor to have her here today. To learn more about her, you of course can go to her website, which is colorsofindia.com. Sunanda, what a pleasure to have you here. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Ranjini. Thank you so much. It's an honor and pleasure to be here after a long time with you. And I would take this opportunity to thank Jharna also. And Ekal, of course. Jharna's creative juices never stop, coming out. So she has just taken the whole thing to another level. So thank you so much, Jharna, and her coordinator Parveen. Thank you so much, and
Wow.
Ekal, of course, for creating this platform. It means a lot for the artist or the ambassador also to be on the same platform where you guys have picked up different artists from different regions, different states. Some of them I know, some of them I don't, but it's a great honor to be in the group.
So
So
I'm just
thank you
going to
so much.
stop it right there and tell you that I didn't introduce the indie art platform itself. So,
Okay.
so let me say that, I think that's great. Thank you so much. And for those of us, those of you who don't know about this, Sunanda is actually an indie art ambassador. And as she mentioned, I think that was really great what you told us. And just to let our viewers know, indie art is an art competition that has been put together to support Ekal Vidyalaya, which is an organization that brings education to rural, remote villages, 100,000 of them. So, and we have wonderful artists like yourself who are serving as indie art ambassadors. So it sounds like, Sunanda, you're saying that in addition to when you, as an art ambassador, of course, you are going to be promoting Ekal indie art, you are going to be running workshops for people to learn the art, but you feel that this has been also a win for the artists where you are all able to come together and bond in a special way. Would you say that?
Yes, I would say that, and there are same many artists who are bringing amazing art forms to the floor, and it's a great opportunity for the participants also. I'm talking about ambassadors at the same time those who are supposedly the contestants. It's not a contest to me; it's a journey together.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, so that's incredible because all the participants or anybody can attend all these workshops. And so they are really going to elevate their artistic levels and pretty much for nothing, So that is so wonderful. And thank you for giving your time to this
Thank
very,
you,
very special
thank you.
cause, really means a lot. So maybe I'll just tap into your artistic journey a little bit. Madhubani art, very traditional. In these days where everybody is going for contemporary and others, what motivated you to take up this art form, learn it so well, and actually teach it to American students?
So my journey started, sometimes you imbibe something and you do not realize that is how my life was. My parents both of them were doctors. My mom passed away a couple of years back, but both of them were great patrons of art. So when I go home, I see everywhere the art, like if there is a glass wall that is partitioning between drawing room and dining room, there is a beautiful art, Madhubani painting on that. If you go outside the house, you will see painting everywhere that initially nobody would pay attention. But once you know what they were doing, So you kind of grow up with that. So that was one of the things. The other thing was that Madhubani painting or Mithila painting is the same, portrays same rites and rituals and day-to-day life that we live. So it's everyday life. That is what we paint, how we got married, how we celebrate festivals, what kind of stories, mythological stories, Ramayana and Mahabharata we read. So that is how it starts. So it was within me, and it is within all of you. So it's just that we gave it a format and expression of dance or painting or music, and we are expressing all those things through us. So that was my thing, and I began to learn it properly when Praveen came to, my husband came to US for his MBA, and
In
I was with my mom. Yeah. So I was learning Madhubani painting from a teacher, and I learned a lot from her, and she was very patient. So she taught me, and coming to US, I didn't get a chance to practice it. And interestingly, I got an opportunity at one of the big museums, Peabody Essex Museum, uh, to have a workshop, and that was an honor in itself. So that put me on the spotlight. I started that, and after that, I never looked back. I got opportunity after opportunity, and sometimes you have a right time in your life when you start, and you never look back.
Sure.
So for years, I didn't teach it because my kids were in high school or college, in high
Sure.
school or school. So I had to be available for them,
Right.
and I had decided to stay at home and help them and volunteer because I had seen my mom being very busy. I wanted to be around, just the opposite of what my mom did.
Yeah.
So people began to think that I do not want to teach, because secrecy goes hand in hand with this kind of
Uh,
art form, where people like to do not want to share the motives or what kind of ingredients they used.
right. Right.
So after they went to college, I began to teach. I had some good students, and then I really started that. So
Fantastic, fantastic. So, what is it? Looks like a very intricate art form. So, what is the secret or what is the magic that makes Madhubani art so beautiful? It's very different from other forms that we've seen. So, could you tell us about the core of what Madhubani is and how it looks so beautiful?
So I think the everyone has a uh, appeal. Everyone heart appeals to the color. I think you are drawn towards the color, and the bright colors that we use in the painting draws you towards that. Also, each art is considered to be a medium of self-expression. So when you are expressing yourself, you are putting your heart into that, and that appeals to the people. That's my take on that. That it's heart is connected to heart, or soul is connected to soul. So that's my thing about that. That might be the secret of Madhubani painting.
But are the brushes like special that you use to make the Madhubani painting? Are the colors different or?
Colors are now acrylic colors that we use mostly. Uh, it's acrylic color works better than oil or watercolor. So
Oh,
that is one of the things. And yes, there is one very unique feature of this painting, that is the line designs. So usually when you look at a painting, people take a brush and paint it.
yeah.
In this painting, if you look at it closely, there are many line designs. So yes, there is a tool. Initially, people used any kind of pointy things that you will find. And also, while we are talking about this, originally people used to paint with whatever color was available at home.
Wow.
So, and it was done in mural style on the walls. That is how it was done. But also, I was looking at one of the artists, one very old artist. They were using black and red ink, and that was fine too. So, in between, there was that stage too. So, when you were doing it pen on paper, then you were using black and red. And that is how my teacher taught me to, only using black and red,
Wow. Just with two colors, you can create
just with two
such
colors. Yeah.
such amazing variety. And so when you paint, like what is your inspiration? And because it looks like it's very different from when I see contemporary art where it's random, right? So but here there are stories. So what is your inspiration when you create a particular piece of Madhubani art?
I was growing up. I was an avid reader. So I used to read a lot, and then finally I found. And then when my kids were younger, I became a storyteller, and now this has become my medium of telling the story. That said, I also consider it a contemporary art because it's a living art, and we put many elements of Mithila art, olden and new, and we combine that together.
Ah,
So it's a living art. The other painting that you see behind me, It was at Fitchburg Art Museum. They had put that with political paintings. So because this is Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. That's the theme,
Ah,
if you can see that one. So
yeah,
that was put in the political theme paintings.
I see. So you're saying the stories can be contemporary, they can be ancient. It is
Yes,
what makes it's just a medium of storytelling, if I can
it is. Yes, it is a
paraphrase.
medium. And my students, like one of the student went to, and she was a fifth grader. She went to Dubai and she has painted the whole Burj Khalifa.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So it's just
Another of my student painted Rakhi, and I was telling her to watch the hair of the brother. She said, "No, this is the hair I want, and that's a mohawk kind of hair." So it's self-expression.
it is self-expression. Beautiful, beautiful. And was it done a lot by women in the past, or it's not true? It's everybody has been a
It
painter.
was done by women, and it was transferred initially from mothers to daughter. So it
Ah,
stayed in the family. As I was saying, that people were very secretive about the motifs and the ingredients they used.
I see.
So that is what they thought about me too, that I didn't want to teach because I wanted to keep that to myself. That was not true.
And why do you think they were secretive about it? Was there a reason?
I just thought that it might have been easy to copy, but I have figured that is what I do with my students. I give them a theme, I teach them a certain things, and I give them a few choices. So each painting is their own in their own way. Some people are more focused on the eyes, so I let them make the eyelashes or eyeballs the way they want. So they bring their own. Some have a different kind of color palette, so I let them choose their color palette, and that is why I said it's a contemporary art.
Wow, wow. And focus on the eyes and eyelids. So that the detail, attention to detail is probably just very incredible in this art form.
It is, and it's very meditative. You sit in there for 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you actually go in a zone. So you
Fantastic.
start painting, you do not want to stop.
So the painting behind you, how long did it take you to make it?
It depends how long I sit. There was one holy painting. Sometimes you sit for a while and then you don't sit. So it's hard to say 1 month, 2 months. It can take a lot. And there are different stages. You might have seen that you draw with a pencil. Then
Right.
you go over that with a nib kind of thing. And then you start painting. So it's a process. Even now, I feel that if it comes out of the frame, I would like to change a few things or add a few things.
Oh,
So it's a work in progress
oh,
always.
it's a living piece also, you're saying. It's
It's a
not
living
just,
piece, yes.
oh,
Yeah.
it's never finished.
It's
Wow.
never finished. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. I had never heard that before. That's just beautiful. So you are not only, going to be, judging and being part of the indie art competition, but you are also offering a workshop. Can you tell us? And this workshop is going to be offered on Sunday on Madhubani painting. And so, can you tell us a little bit about what your people who attend the workshop can expect from the workshop?
I know that we have written, I'm looking forward to this workshop and I'm going to make it easier. And one thing I have learned, and I want to mention that recently I was a stickler about teaching only folk art, initially only Madhubani. And then I got into that and I learned many art forms from Tanjore. So I went to Hyderabad and, learned Tanjore and Kalamkari from the original artists so that you get the essence. I know many other art forms, but you learn in general from people or from YouTube, but learning from the original, you get the essence. So I was a stickler. I was getting going deeper and deeper into it, learning the history and all the things of the art. But recently, I had an opportunity to teach Western art, and that was a platform. I didn't want to bring Indian art to that platform, so I taught the art form, the techniques of Monet and Picasso. So I did a lot of tutorials and I taught that. So East meets West
Wow.
was what I did this time. So that opened up my world. That opened up my world, and I also realized that I have to if make it in such a way that whatever is available at home, people should be able to use that. So that is what I'm going to use. I know it says acrylic paint. Not everyone may have acrylic paint at home. If people have markers or a colored pencil, that absolutely, and plain paper, that's absolutely more than enough. So we are going to plan work on a motif and a border, and we'll go from there. Something simple, something that everyone can do.
So
Art is for everyone.
hopefully at the end of it, they will have a piece. that they can
They will
even
have a place. Yes.
potentially submit for the
Yeah. Yeah.
competition. So that's just fantastic. So I know I'm just going to curiously ask you this question. You said that you have worked with some of the traditional artists. Is there a moment of an interaction that stands out in your mind?
Uh, so when I went to Hyderabad, I bought the ticket and I was going to Hyderabad only to learn that I have to go to Kalahasti to learn that art. Now I had the ticket, I had very limited time and I needed to learn. So one of my friend who lives in Hyderabad, she said, if you are willing to, pay for all that to come to Hyderabad, you can do that. So that is what we did. So my friend has been, I grew up with her. So we were neighbors growing up, but from North India to South India, she has picked up the language. She worked as a translator. She sat throughout in between us,
Oh,
those artists and me. They could not speak Hindi or English, and she sat throughout and translated everything. So what she did, whatever I could learn, and I feel enriched because of that. When I came back, it was a soul soaking experience for me. I felt so good. My hands were all black because I was using those tamarind, this thing on the cloth. And people were asking me, did you eat biryani in Hyderabad? Did you go to that museum? I said my soul was, I was just somewhere else.
oh my
I
God. So
was painting all day long.
So working with traditional artists, it sounds like has been the most enriching experience in Kalahasti. That too. Wow, that's amazing.
It's like being in a yoga resort or somewhere, like, you are continuously in meditation. That is how it felt.
Oh my God, boy. And kudos to meet these great artists, probably who are just incredible that they have from generations kept up with it.
Yes, yes,
You
yes.
can
Yeah.
see that
Especially the Tanjore artist. Her father, her grandfather, her mother, they were all national award, state award winners. That was amazing.
amazing experience. Well, any words of wisdom that you can offer to our young and not so young artists who might be submitting their artwork for this indie art competition?
I just want to say that everyone is an artist. Do not think that one is a better artist, one is not, or I am not an artist. Everyone is an artist. And I want to say this, that you have to believe in yourself, challenge yourself, and push yourself until the very end. That's the only way you will succeed. So that
Beautiful.
I would like to say to all the contestants, it's do not consider it uh, a contest. Consider it a journey. Learn from each other. See what everyone is doing and grow. There is no, I mean, even in Madhubani painting, I would not have been doing this if I would not have merged a few things. So I needed to find a connect. And that is what I did when I was doing Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. And for me, Ekal is Deep Se Deep Jalao. So you are lighting a lamp through another lamp and you are doing a good, it's a win-win situation for everyone participating. So I'm really looking forward to this one. And I want to uh, say something more, that no dream is too big. No challenge is too great. Nothing we want for our future is beyond our reach. Our future is in our hands. We can achieve what we want to achieve.
Beautiful, beautiful. And thank you so much for bringing that out. That, Ekal Deep Se Deep Jalao, that's the thing that, so the whole point of indie art where, these young or not so young artists, who are submitting their art are really lighting the lamp of opportunity
They
and
are.
potential
They
for
are, and
the,
I have sponsored a school, and I would appeal to, if people are listening, I would like to appeal to them to, even if you support one school, that's big enough. You will be lighting a lot of lamps in many
absolutely.
lives.
Yeah, it's $1 a day to support a school, so $365, and you're lighting 30 lamps, and that's
Yes.
just amazing. So thank you so much, really, for all your insights here today, Sunanda. And we look forward to seeing you on that, journey ahead, and is there anything else you would like to share?
You had been part of my journey from the beginning till here, and I would like to be with me. Hold my hand, and we can walk together as long as I can. So
Walking
it means a
together
lot.
walking together is what we have to do to make a difference. And it's been my pleasure to know you, not as an artist, but also as a human being, for all the great things you have done. My humble
Thank you
pronouns to
so
you.
much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sunanta. God
Absolutely.
bless you.
God bless you too. Thank you.